You know, it's kind of a no-brainer right now because the market's down.
Let's see. We got Alan from New Braunfels, Texas.
New Braunfels. I actually looked it up. There's a ridiculous
Braunfels.
video on YouTube about it, and it's apparently that in German it means the brown rock. New Braunfels.
Okay.
So there you go.
For what it's worth, I would have had trouble with that too.
Braunfels.
Braunfels.
Okay. Currently partially retired, 59 years young after 35 years in the energy industry as a chemical engineer. Drive a 2013 Mazda 3, about 100,000 miles on it. Live-in girlfriend is 13 years younger than me and is an RN. He's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you put that
face.
right.
He's like, yeah, baby.
Right at the start of the comment. That's
just right there.
I'm gonna say it.
He's like, I'm the king of New Braunfels.
It's like I'm a great dude. Look at this.
Look at this. Was killing it in the energy industry.
And now look at me.
Now look at me now. Drink of choice is any craft beer, and I'm always in search of the next great beer that I haven't tried. All right.
You got a suggestion?
Yeah, a little Spotted Cow from New Glarus.
Here's my suggestion. Latitude 33 blood orange.
Okay. Or Coors Light.
That's not a new craft beer.
Got it. I'm always okay, we already did that. Always enjoy a spicy muchala. I think that's right, isn't it?
Michelada.
Okay, so I think it's actually supposed to be a spicy michelada, which is a Mexican beer cocktail.
Yeah, I know what a michelada is,
but there's no ada. It's
Michela.
When I Google spicy michela, I get spicy micheladas. So
yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. It's just like a bloody beer.
Yeah,
that's what spicy muchala is.
Okay,
a muchala. He's got a new term for it.
Michela is how he's spelling it. Maybe
it's spelled wrong.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like spicy Michelle.
Maybe that's the RN.
Being originally from New Orleans, currently living in sunny New Braunfels, Texas. Quick high-level numbers: $40,000 in a Roth IRA that got funded early in my career before I reached the salary limit. $2.5 million in a rollover IRA, $30,000 in an HSA, which I continue to fund with my part-time income. $4.3 million in a post-tax brokerage account. All of these assets are in accounts at Vanguard, being the cheap ass that I am. Being managed by a low-cost financial advisor, I got a 60-40 split, and 40% of the stocks are in international stocks.
Yeah, so far so good.
My advisor tells me that I can easily spend what I budgeted for retirement and not run out of money by age 100, and I'm not currently worrying about leaving any money to my heirs. With dividends from my brokerage account and my part-time income, I find myself at the top of the 24% tax bracket, even after the standard deduction, business expenses, etc. I intended to start doing Roth conversions once I retired to fill up the 24% tax bracket before Social Security kicks in at age 70 and RMDs at 72. However, this part-time gig has generated more income than planned. Another little back to worker,
another one,
little side hustle.
Partially retired, working, making a lot of money.
Just killing it. Question: with federal income tax rates going up in 2025 due to the expiration of the tax cuts, would it make sense to do some amount of Roth conversions, which would put me in the 32% tax bracket between now and then, in order to reduce the amount of potential RMDs that would be subject to the new 33% tax rate? I realize one potential answer would be to stop working, thus making more room in the 24% tax bracket. Long term, this is my intention. If my friends would stop calling me to come work for them, I would appreciate some spitball banter. Any ideas concerning my good problem to have? P.S. You guys need to give Andi a big raise for putting up with you two. Love the show and humor. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you, Alan. I'll mention that to the bosses.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
PS yourself, Andi?
Yes, exactly.
That's always the answer, right?
Boy. All right. Gotta go to the compensation committee.
We do. Let's see who's the chairman of that. Oh, it's me.
All right, there you go, chairman of the compensation committee.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So what does he do here? Do we go to the 33? Well, he kind of answered his own question. Do I want to pay tax at 32 or 33? What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, 32. And plus, it's kind of a no-brainer right now because the market's down this year compared to where it was at the start of the year. So think of it this way. If you do the conversion now and the market goes up a bunch, your effective tax rate's actually lower when you think about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because what the way I think about it is by the time year end comes, or even the time you pay your tax next year, it's like, well, what's in the account? And so you pay the amount of tax that you pay divided by what it's worth at the end of the year. It's like, well, that's actually really your effective rate,
right?
Even though it's not what shows up on your tax return.
So let's say if he converts out $100,000, but at the end of the year, it's $110,000. So your effective rate is the amount of tax by 110, not necessarily what he paid, because he's only going to pay tax on the 100,000.
That's right. 30,000 tax, 100,000, that's 30%, but 30,000 to 110 is probably 27%. That's one way to think about it. So, and so anytime the market's down, that's a good answer, right? To go ahead and do that.
Yeah. And especially with the amount of money that he has in retirement accounts that he's continuing to work, they're only going to continue to compound and build.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of money in a non-qualified account. He's going to have pretty high Social Security, I would imagine. So
yeah,
and if he's going to be in the 32, I don't know. And if he passes away, then the kids or the heirs gets, hammered with tax. Tax rates are probably only going to go up.
Right.
I think, just go in with kid feet here, right?
Kid feet.
Yeah. He doesn't have to blow the load and, convert a whole bunch.
Right.
Yeah. Just convert 10, 20, 30, 40 grand, because he's got 20 grand in the Roth.
Right.
And then if see how that feels.
Start building that baby up.
Yeah. Because what you can think about too is he's making a ton of money doing the side gig, right? His best buddies are hiring him and making all this money. And he's like, damn. All right. Well, just think, all right, well, how about if, you could play all sorts of mind games with yourself, right? You could say, all right, well, man, stop paying me or stop working. You don't want to do that. If you like it and it's cash,
sure,
keep the cash, but then take that cash and use some of that to pay the tax to do the conversions.
Yeah.
So you have tax-free growth later.
Easy enough. And maybe if you like the idea of doing a small amount now, maybe do a little bit more this year because the market's down, but on a go forward, go back to 40, 50, 60, whatever the number is that you're comfortable with, and stay there. And then when you start working less, you'll be able to convert more.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.